And finally, another gilded thread linking this present day to the golden age of Hollywood was broken today with the death of Gina Lollobrigida, one of its leading lights and leading ladies. She was 95. Her career began in Italy after the Second World War. By the 1950s in Hollywood, she was at the height of her fame, appearing opposite Humphrey Bogart, Frank Sinatra, Errol Flynn and Burt Lancaster, and was billed as the most beautiful woman in the world after starring in a film with that title.
Gina Lollobrigida's beguiling beauty and charm oozed Italian style, taking cinema by storm.
Wild warrior queen of the battlefields, mistress of all the arts of love.
Oh, come in and sit down.
In her day, she commanded the screen, acting with some of Hollywood's biggest names.
You better stay in the jungle.
You know, you don't look like a nurse.
I assure you I am. But I doubt if it's a nurse you require.
I can assure you we do.
Signora Gina, io so Joanna.
Last year, aged 94, she talked to Joanna Lumley for her ITV series, reflecting on life and those she met along the way, like Marilyn Monroe.
In our world, you are a legend.
All the things that I did with my heart.
She withdrew from acting in the 70s, developing an eclectic career in singing, sculpture and photography, even interviewing Fidel Castro. Italy's culture minister said today her charm will remain eternal. Lollobrigida said she lived by a simple maxim: we are all born to die. The difference is the intensity with which we choose to live.
The 50s film star Gina Lollobrigida, who has died in Rome at the age of 95.
The Italian actress Gina Lollobrigida has died aged 95. She was one of the biggest film stars in the world in the 1950s and 60s, and in later life she forged a successful career as a photographer and sculptor, snapping Fidel Castro and Salvador Dali. Wendy Urquhart looks back at her life.
Back into my life like a wolf in snake's clothing. Crawl back into my bed.
Gina Lollobrigida oozed sex appeal. The camera absolutely loved her, and she was often described as the most beautiful woman in the world. She grew up in the mountain village of Subiaco, some 40 miles from Rome, with her 3 sisters, her dad Giovanni, who was a furniture maker, and her mother Giuseppina. When the family moved to Rome after the Second World War, Gina took singing and acting lessons and was soon starring in Italian films. She married Milko Skofic in 1949, but when she was spotted by Hollywood talent scouts, Howard Hughes took a shine to her and whisked her off to America. He suggested that she divorce Milko before she signed a studio contract, and when he got wind of that, he told her to sign or go home, so she went back to Italy. Gina became a household name in the 1950s after starring in her first English-language film, Beat the Devil, opposite Humphrey Bogart. A raft of great Hollywood roles followed, including Trapeze, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I am less afraid of you now. You have not returned.
Solomon and Sheba, and Women of Straw. She courted controversy when she made a documentary about Fidel Castro in 1975, and rumours of an affair between the two dogged the actress for years. When La Lolla finally bade farewell to the silver screen, she turned her talents to photography and sculpture, and exhibitions of her work were held in Paris, Moscow and the US. In 2013, she auctioned off her jewellery collection and donated the entire $2.9 million to stem cell therapy.